Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I personally think that I typically am pretty easy to please as a person. But I was hanging out with a friend earlier this week and we were talking about relationships and stuff, and they were just like, well, Austin, if you're so easy to please, why are you still single? And I was just like, so like any good self-hypercritical person, I decided to make a list. So if you're anything like me, hopefully this video will make you laugh and realize that you're not nearly as alone as you constantly feel like you are. I never feel the need to hook up with somebody that I've only known for 2 hours. I personally feel like this is still a good thing, but I can also guarantee that it contributes somewhat to the reason I wake up to a cold bed every morning. I'm just kidding, it's Florida. The cold doesn't exist. Just like my sex life. I don't know where you've been. I don't know how many dirty needles you've shared with people shooting up pixie sticks or whatever it is that people do nowadays. It's just not my thing. I have absolutely no interest in an open relationship. I simply don't see the appeal in having a person that you can just mutually share your collected accumulation of STIs and emotional baggage with. Like, gross. And if you're someone who's watching this who's in an open relationship and this just offended you, you're kind of making the point as to why this made it on the list. As you might be able to tell by my hat, I am a massive nerd, okay? I like video games, I still play Yu-Gi-Oh!, I like anime, I like comics, I'm a big nerd. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I get it. And if you're not a nerd, you're not gonna get any of my memes. And that's a big form of communication for me. I legitimately eat every 2 hours of my waking existence. I literally have alarms set on my phone to go off every 2 hours so I don't forget. Because if I do forget, things get really ugly really fast. Like, I go from normal to crazy faster than Donald Trump's thumbs can tweet. You never know what you're gonna get, but you know you're gonna get something every 33 milliseconds. My hanger legitimately ruins friendships. It's just bad. I also eat peanut butter, like, copiously. I'm pretty sure it runs through my veins, so if anyone has a peanut allergy, I mean, I'm sure that, factors into dateability. You know how some people need, like, that white noise app or whatever to fall asleep at night? Well, take that and amplify it times 20. For the last 6 months of my life, I have literally only been able to fall asleep while watching SpongeBob reruns on Nickelodeon. That or political commentary. And I don't even care where it's from. It's just anything with politics, just bam, out. And don't even think that you can get smart on me and turn the TV off after I've already fallen asleep. I will wake up. And speaking of sleep, I regularly have night terrors. And I mean, wake up in a cold sweat from the sound of your own screams type of night terrors. Nobody wants to deal with that. One of my collarbones actually protrudes more than the other one. I mean, I'm sure that's a factor for a lot of people. And ultimately, you guys, I just have a lot of deal breakers. For example, if you smoke, do drugs, drink excessively, I'm not interested. If you're an atheist, probably not interested. And being someone who is a personal trainer and relatively athletic in their day-to-day life, I'm probably not going to be interested in you if you're underweight, overweight, don't care about your health, and aren't into fitness. Mostly simply just due to the fact that I spend a lot of my free time doing that stuff, so if you're not interested in that, then that's a lot of time that we don't get to spend together. If you're overly rude, sarcastic, selfish, self-centered, obnoxious, if you're not into EDM music and you won't go to shows with me, that's probably a deal breaker. If I don't find you physically attractive, I mean, I get that physical attraction isn't the most important thing, but let's be honest, it's more important than we would like to admit sometimes. Especially in the type of relationship where your partner is probably going to expect you to be able to be aroused on a regular basis. So yeah, I guess there's a lot of those. Ultimately, I typically just look for someone who goes to the gym and isn't a terrible person. But now that I break it down, apparently that's a lot more difficult than I would have originally assumed. So what about you guys? Am I crazy, or is dating ridiculously stupidly hard for no apparent reason besides the fact that people suck and I suck? We all suck. We're all people. I don't know what to tell you. It's a thing.